The Nigerian government, they have guns, they have weapons. Your only weapon is your PVC. So, hello everyone, and I hope this video meets you well. And thank you for stopping by. So, today I want to talk about the good news and the bad news of the local government political and financial autonomy. And what this means is like, when we had that independence in 1960 and we became free from the British. So that is how the local government will be independent on their own to do their own election, to use the money that comes into their way and then decide which area is best useful. This is how it's supposed to be. But unfortunately, the governors, the state government, have hijacked that part of local government's responsibility. So what happens is when the federal government allocates these funds, both the state government fund and the local government is matched together by the state government and decide the crumbs that they give to the local governments. So if you are wondering why your local government have remained the same for 10, 20 years, this is the reason. And if you are wondering why your governors have become emperor and become the richest people in Nigeria, this is the reason. Because when you talk about, I'm talking about 200 or over 220 billion per month. I'm not talking about just one local government here. I'm talking about all the local government in your states. Your local governments are supposed to provide you roads. Have you been or are you in a community today as I speak? That community existed or has been existing for the past 10 years. It started with one building, then goes to 20, then goes to 50. Some go as far as 500 to 1,000 buildings. You will be lucky to have a third road. And normally, if the federal government have been functioning, if the state government have been doing what they are meant to be doing by allowing the local government to be autonomy on their own, probably every single one of those roads in your community are meant to be tarred, but they're not. You are supposed to have a community schools. You are supposed to have community health services. Now the federal government the state government has taken all these things, added it onto their own budget, and guess what? You never get anything. The tier of government that is closest to you is your local government. And that is why I said that is the good news. So there are so many things your local government are supposed to be doing that as we speak today, they are not doing it. Your roads are supposed to be tarred. Every local government that you are in Nigeria, you are supposed to have a tarred road. So when you go abroad and you see every road tarred, that is because the local government, the state, and the federal government are working together. That is why you have that happening. But in Nigeria, you have the federal government and the state government. The local government is missing in action. And that is why today, Nigerians are going through what they are going through. And the biggest issue that we have is the way the local government, the state government are being run. So the good news is that the local government has got autonomy politically and financially. That is supposed to be a good news. That is supposed to put a smile on the faces of most Nigerians. But the bad news is, it's not going to happen, except the Nigerian government decide to do the right thing. And what are these right things? So you have banditry of elections in Nigeria. You have a situation where a state governor brings somebody and put them there, rig the election for that person to be the chairman of a local government. And that chairman of a local government is only answerable to the state governor. So whatever comes into the state governor becomes something that him and the chairman will agree on. And whatever happens, the money disappears. And you, the Nigerian citizens, you never get that good road. You never get any health services. You never get those schools for your children, not even good markets. And this is what is happening, or what has been happening for years. Today, as we speak, you have over 20 local governments in Nigeria, 20 states, local government in Nigeria, that as we speak, they are not having a local government chairman. They are just having somebody holding on to the position imposed by the state government. So today, if we have that autonomy, the other thing we need to do is to make sure that it is not the state governments that are imposing this chairman on the citizens. It has to be that the citizens themselves are the one that comes out and elect whoever they want to elect. But unfortunately, as you know, Nigerian system, this is not going to happen. Why? Because the electoral commissions that we have in Nigeria is the problem. If you, as a local government chairman, get to a seat illegitimately, then whatever the state governor tells you to do is what you are bound by. It's as simple as that. And that is what we have been having in Nigeria for many, many years. If that carries on, it's very simple. No matter the kind of autonomy that was given to the local governments, the state government will still take it back. Because the person that was elected to be the chairman of that local government was imposed on the people by the state government or the state governor. So he is still answerable to the state government or the state governor. So until we go back to the basis, like they say, you can't put anything on top of nothing. The Nigerian system is the system that is broken. I always tell people, it is not about all this new system. It is not bringing ideas and policies and all the policies and ideas that this government is bringing. It's not a problem, but the problem are the people that are going to execute these policies. Nigerians are so corrupt that no matter the kind of policy that you bring in, it will never function, because the person that is supposed to be the one to carry out these policies is a corrupt being. And until we take out that corruption out of the system, before we can start talking about happiness and joy in the autonomy that is given to these local governments. The local government chairman, don't forget, knows very well that the governor is stealing 70% of the fund that is coming in. And then he will give the local government, out of, let's say, 10 billion, he will give him 2 billion. That one too will squander it, because he knows that the person that sent him or gave him that money is a thief. So why do you expect him to spend that money for the citizens of Nigeria that truly deserve that money? So what will be the difference if the money now comes directly to that local government chairman? He's no difference from the governor. He will pocket everything and give the councillors whatever he wants to give them. And then the people, the Nigerian people, who are supposed to be the beneficiary of this new system, this new autonomy, will continue to remain where they are. That is the problem. It doesn't matter the amount of policy or how many policy you bring into existence. It is those that are going to drive this policy. For as long as we continue to have these corrupt people as leaders, if you have 1,000 policies, it's not going to work. And that is the bad news on this local government autonomy. All that is going to happen is as the state government over the years have become emperor of their state because of the funds that is getting into their hands without doing anything or spending 20% out of 100%. And we, the Nigerian people, think, oh, the governor is doing something. That is why you see that every Nigerian government, they know nothing apart from roads. They have completely forgotten that there are health services. There's supposed to be schools for our children. There's supposed to be water, hospitals everywhere. What does it take to build a hospital? What does it take to build schools? How many times have you seen governors flag schools or hospitals? All they do is roads because there's no accountability. So what is going to happen is exactly what has been happening to those governors, becoming multi-billionaire at the expense of their people. That is exactly what is going to happen to that local government chairman, because now the money comes directly to him and he owes nobody any responsibility. So now the federal government have been stealing the money. The governor has been stealing the money. Now is the turn of the local government chairman to steal the money. This thing will still not trickle down to the ordinary Nigerian people. Except you, the Nigerian people, like I keep saying, rise up. Let these people understand that you are no fools. The time has come for us to stand up. Because if they change all these policies from now till tomorrow, it's not going to help matters. Because the people that are driving these policies are the same people, corrupt people. So nothing will change. That your community will still remain untapped for the next 20 years. Those hospitals and schools you need in your community will never happen because the person that the money is going to come into his hand is a rogue. And the only thing that will take us out of this is for us to come out, like I have been saying. Let them understand that we are no longer fools. By the time we come out and everything stop, let's start it again from beginning. Nothing that says we cannot sit down on a round table and decide how we want to move Nigeria forward. But what has been happening now, those people you have that are making laws for you, unfortunately, they are the same people that are breaking the laws. So how do you want to move forward as a country? I don't see it. So we all have to come out. Like I always said, it's difficult because the Nigerian government knew what they are doing and they will not allow any protest. But I always tell you, the Nigerian people, the easiest way to have a protest is that one day that the Nigerian government has given to you. Every 4 years or every 8 years, however it is. In 2023 presidential election, when we had that glitch at the last minute, that glitch has been happening for the past 20 years. I want you to understand that. All these local government, elections in local government, they have been having glitches. But we are not paying attention to that side. We only worry about the federal government. We are not paying attention to the side of the state. We only worry about federal government. So it is not the legs that have problem. It is the head. And until we take that head out and then rearrange and reorganize ourselves, sit down at the round table and decide how we want to go forward with this country, we will never get to anywhere. Forget about all these policies that Tinubu is putting on the ground. I told you, you cannot put anything or you cannot put something on nothing. For as long as we have government that are going into powers illegitimately, you will never have the dividend of democracy. Until we remove that illegitimacy and do the right thing, starting from our judges, our INEC and people like that. Once those people can do the right thing, then we can start talking about dividends of democracy. But the democracy we have had since 1999 has been on a faulty foundation. And up to today, we are talking about fixing it. So Tinubu can make new policies as much as he wants. It's not going to happen because those policies are sitting on nothing. So my dear Nigerian people, I have been saying this. There is nothing that is going to get us out of this. The only thing is simple. We need to take Nigeria back. How do we take Nigeria back? Also simple. The federal government, the constitution of Nigeria made a mistake, or maybe not a mistake, that every 4 years or 8 years you come out and elect the people you want. Get your PVCs. I am not telling you that I believe that our electoral commission will do the right thing by me asking you to get your PVC. But what I'm saying is, it is through that PVC that we will get the new Nigeria. And I will explain to you how. You and I know that if you elect the right person, because of the inequality, the injustice in Nigeria, they will choose or give you the person that they think will benefit their own selfish interest, not for the Nigerian people. But if we come out in our numbers and vote the right person, not like we had last time, less than 25 million people in a country of over 200 million people. So we need to come out en masse, vote the person we think is the right person. We know, I know, you know, they are not going to give you that person. And that is the time, that one time, every 4 years, every 8 years, that is the time that the revolution starts. We had an opportunity few years or last year or 2 years. The 2023 election, whether it is Peter Obi that won, whether it is Atiku that won, whether it is Tinubu that won, we had a glitch that shouldn't happen. That election shouldn't have been counted. If it needs for it to be redone all over again, it shouldn't have been counted. And that opportunity, we missed it. 2027 is around the corner. I'm promising you, the same thing will happen. But it is down to you, the Nigerian people, to us, the Nigerian people, to use that opportunity. Because that is the one day that we all come out in our numbers for a purpose. And once a glitch killed that purpose, it's time to rise up. That election should not have been allowed to stand. That is an opportunity we missed. But there's always opportunities. Another one is coming very soon. Get your PVC. And we have to use it right. I'm repeating, I'm not saying that PVC or I trust the electoral system. But I'm saying, let's use that opportunity to take that country back. Thank you, and I'll see you on my next video.